If you come back, fetch the dinner with you. That's, you know, you all set up now?
Yeah, you all ready?
When
Yeah.
you are.
When the war first started, how
I
old
was
were you?
11, I think,
11?
or 12, yeah.
Yeah.
One, yeah.
So that would mean you were about 17, 18 when it ended.
Yes.
So about
Yes,
my
I was in my teens.
Yeah.
I was young then.
So can you remember where you were evacuated to?
I evacuated when I was about 12.
Can you remember where to?
Yes, I went to Horsham.
Did you like it?
Well, I didn't really, because I was away from home, but you get used to it, don't you?
Yeah.
I got used to it. My sister and I was there, and we was at the bishopric, because my mum found we had relatives there, so they sent us there. And then we went on to somewhere else, Horsham Park. We went into rooms there. I didn't like that very much, but it's not nice being away from home, is it?
No.
You know. But we got through it, didn't you know?
Yeah.
The war finished in the end, but Horsham was a nice place, very country then, you know.
Yeah.
Remember they had the Capitol, the cinema. I think they've got a couple there now, but I remember they had the Capitol cinema there, and we used to go there. It was quite nice because there was a group of us, you know.
Yeah.
And if there's a group of friends, you get on with it more, don't you?
Yeah.
And the park was always very nice.
Yeah.
We used to go from the station off the train and walk through the park, you know. And there's a nice cafe there. Well, it was. I think it's still there. No, yeah, I like Horsham.
So when you were evacuated, were you with all your family?
I was evacuated with my sister.
So just your sister?
Mm.
How old was your sister?
I was 6. She was about, well, I was older than her, and I suppose about 13, I suppose. Yeah, about 12, 11 or 12 or something.
Yeah.
I didn't like her very That's naughty, isn't it? But we never got on really. But I never saw much of her because she was a busy person then. And I'm always busy, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Doing my thing, you know, which I do all the time. Nothing.
So what were your mum and dad doing during the war?
My mum and dad. Well, my dad was on the railway. He was a driver, and of course it was them days. That was what's name? It was you know, you couldn't move your jobs about. He was on a what's name job on the railway, so he had to stay there. But I think he couldn't have done anything else really.
When you were that young, because you were so little, how do you think you felt as a young child being there?
Well, I was about 11, I suppose, and I was sent away to. Well, we went away with the school, you know, all sent away. I don't know where we were going. We didn't know where we were going, but I didn't want to go away. But my mum said it was best because we was having to go and have the air raids and that. So I went away. But I had my sister. I had to look after her, and she was a pain. So yeah, it was all right, really. A lot of things happened in the war you coped with, didn't you?
Yeah. What was your life like after it ended? Did you see your family straight away once it finished?
Oh yes, yeah. We moved back to, you know, we were in Horsham factory, and then when the war ended, we moved back to London, Battersea. I used to live, Battersea Park, 22 Henley Street. What's the name of that? Battersea Park. That's where I used to live. Mind you, when we came out eventually out of London, I was glad because, I don't know, London got a bit horrible, you know.
Yeah.
The war, it was a lot going on, you know.
Yeah.
Nobody had time for you when you were children during the war. You had to get on with it, really. I mean, grown-ups had it badly because they had to look after the children and Must have been terrible for my mum and that, because my dad wasn't at home. He was away, and you only had your mum, and she used to try her best for you, but you had the air raids going on, and it wasn't a nice place to be, but I don't know, didn't seem to worry me or my sister. No, just get up. We used to go down in the shelter. We had a shelter, you know. And I didn't like that because it was horrible. So I used to say to my mum, let's go to the big shelter. That's where the shops had shelters underneath.
Yeah.
And a lot of people got there because you had the company there. Than going down one of your own. It was horrible. It was an Anderson one we had, it all tin. You know, a tin room was horrible. And you could hear all the bits of shrapnel going on it, you know. It was horrible. No, I didn't like the war. It was better when it finished.
Yeah.
But as I say, when you're very young, you don't take much notice. It's your parents that
Yeah.
got you to look after and worry about you. So I managed to survive it anyway.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
I'm here. It did me no harm, obviously.
You're still going strong.
Yeah, I'm still here. Touch wood. I would say that, touch wood.
Yeah. So did you think the war had a massive change in
Oh,
your way
yes,
of life?
I would say so. Because your routine's altered, hasn't it? And I felt that if you see your mum and dad's unhappy, you know, because they're miserable because they've got you to look after, and it comes back on you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't like the war. But I think when you're young you don't take so much notice of it as your parents do for you,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It was horrible because we had the, you know, the Blitz and the doodle bugs and all horrible things coming over. It didn't seem to worry us somehow. We'd go in our shelter and stay there. We thought it was a bit of an adventure, I think, when you're young, don't
Yeah.
you? You know, you don't think of your mum and dad worrying. You just think, oh, it's an adventure. Isn't really, but good job you think that way. Otherwise, you know, you'd go off bonkers, wouldn't you? If you thought too much about it. No, we got through it.
So do you think that having the war, do you think it's changed the world?
Well, I think so, yes. I don't think wars are good for anyone, are they?
No.
They upset everybody, and a lot of young men go to war, and it's sad, really, isn't it? That's what happens. Young men go, and women, really. But I can't remember being upset by it because I think I was young and I didn't worry
Yeah.
about it, you know.
You didn't know what was going on?
No, not really. I know the air raids, I used to hate them because we used to have to go down these shelters and that. And I used to think, oh, I don't have any air raids, because you had that horrible noise siren. I didn't like that, I'll be honest with you. I hated air raid warnings and all the noise of bombing, you know. I didn't like that, frightened me, it really
Yeah.
did. Because when you're young, you're still frightened, aren't you?
Yeah.
But after we got over it, there we go. You do, when you're young, you get over things.
Yeah.
You remember them at the time and then you forget them.
Yeah.
Life goes on and you forget them.
So what would you say your favourite memory was from after the war throughout your life?
I don't know, really. I think it was nice that it finished. I was pleased. But I think when you're young, you don't take much notice, do you? You just accept one day after another. But, yeah, I was all right, actually. I was pleased because I know my mum and dad was pleased. My dad was home because he used to have to go away during the war and work away. And then when he came back, we was a family again, which was nice.
Yeah.
Yes, I liked it when the war finished because I remember the sirens, you know.
Yeah.
Used to go off and I remember when my mum said to me, that's the last siren, and I thought, oh, that would be lovely, we'd be able to go to bed, you know, because we
Yeah.
never went to bed. We used to sleep in these bunks things, you know. in the garden, you know, in these tin things. You used to have big tin things over you, used to go down the ground. That was horrible. Wasn't my bed. I used to want to go. I said to my mum, can I go to bed? She said, no, you can't, because the sirens have gone and you must go down to the shelter. I don't like it down there. But we survived, didn't we? When you're young, you get onto bed, you fall asleep, and that's it. You don't notice.
Yeah.
No. No, I was glad when it finished. As I say, I didn't take much notice of it, really. I know my mum was very worried about it, you know, because my dad was away, and I mean, mums are, they look after their children and they worry about it.
Remember how old you were when you met Great Granddad?
Yeah, I was about, was I 17? Yeah, about 16, 7. Yeah, I met him on the railway station. I was about 16 because I was sitting there with some friends and we were all sitting waiting for the train to go to Crawley, because going to a dance. And we all sat there and someone said to him, oh, do you fancy her to Grandad? And he said, yeah, she's got nice legs, I'll have her. I haven't got them now, but that's what he said. And somehow or other I got attached with him. He was cheeky. I used to say to him, I'll never forgive you for that. No, that's how I met him on the Three Bridges station, going to Crawley to the dance. Mind you, he never went dancing, he held up the bar. He was a lovely man, though. I was very fortunate to have him.
Yeah.
He was very kind. He loved his children. I had a good husband, a good father, and I was quite happy with him being married, you know.
Yeah.
I had a good life, really. I had 2 children, they weren't any bother to me. Can't grumble. I've not done bad, really.
No.
No. There's a lot of people did a lot worse during the war. I know a lot of people got killed and a lot of young men died, which was sad. He used to have this uniform, and he was very clever, Grandad. He used to say, oh, I want to go to senior school. And his mum said, well, I can't afford the uniform, so you can't go, you know.
Yeah.
That's terrible, really, isn't it, what it
Yeah.
was? And that wouldn't happen now, would it?
No.
No, but it did then. If you didn't have the uniform, you couldn't go to use senior school. He would have got far. He wanted to be a doctor, you know, Grandad did. And I think he would have been too if he'd got the education.
Yeah.
But you didn't get the help then.
Yeah.
But there you go, that's what it was like, wasn't it, them
Yeah.
days? You didn't get the education. Never mind, not to worry. Look how clever I am. You must take all what you can get offered you. All the opportunities you can, because education's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
And there's such a lot of battle for the same jobs now, isn't there? There's more opportunities now for you. You go up there and sock it to them. Well, that's what they say, isn't it? Sock it to them. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm a bit of a bore, aren't I? I haven't had a very exciting life, have I? I've done nothing really with my life.
You lived through a major war. What could be more exciting than that?
Yeah, I probably was I wasn't excited by it really. I used to be frightened of it sometimes when you get bombs and things and have to sleep under a tunnel in the garden. No, you miss a lot with them, but you miss a lot of your education because you don't go to school.
Yeah.
Schools are shut and when you do go they send you home because there's no teachers and no, there's a lot missing when you need to go to school, you need to be educated.
Yeah.
That's why you're so clever, you see, because you still go to school. Make the best of what you've got, my dear, because it's important. You make the best. You make the best of every day because that's the most important thing. I used to think that, oh, I'm not bothering with that. And then you sit back when you're older and think, I should have done that because it opens so much for you. So you work and educate yourself and get a good job and go out there and beat the world. You've got to, because there's so much out there trying to get over you. You do it. You've got a good home.
Yeah.
So you've got every opportunity. You go out and have a good time, but make sure you work hard.
Yeah.
Because if you don't work hard, you don't get money, and if you haven't got any money, you can't do a thing.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I better go to school and get some money. I think. You miss your friends as well. You make friends at school, and if you miss them, the war takes a lot from you. I would never like to see that again happen. And I'm sure I wouldn't like it to see for you young people, because it's horrible, you know. You never know what next day is going to bring and what you're going to do or where you're going to go. And no, it's horrible. It's nice to get up in the morning, get ready, go to school and come home or work. But during the war, you didn't have that opportunity. You just, things was just all muddled up, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you was at school, sometimes you weren't, you know. They shut the schools and then they'd open them, and they just, you know, wasn't a good time. No, it's not nice. The war's not a nice thing. I hope we've learned our lesson in wars. I really do.
Yeah.
Should do, shouldn't we?
Yes, yeah.
Makes you wonder though, doesn't it?
Mm.
It's grown-ups that do it, they're stupid.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It is, they're just stupid. They think it's, I don't know why they have wars, you know. My friend was saying, why do you want another bit of country of somebody else's? Why can't you be happy with what you've got? Because that's all it means, isn't it? Somebody grabs something that don't belong to them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want anybody. I mean, it's like you going down the road and say, oh, I'll have a house or something. But you don't want everybody else's house, do you? I'd like to go to work again. Mine didn't have a very good job. I just had any job. I think I did washing up in the kitchen. I did waitresses. But it was work, and I didn't mind, because you get to know people, you work with people. Yeah. And it's nice to meet people. You make friends and have a laugh, don't you?
Yeah.
I missed that when I left work, you know. You miss that, don't you? Miss the company.